Ekpol and Charlyn lived in a small, cozy house surrounded by a vibrant vegetable garden. One sunny morning, their tummies rumbled, and they decided to explore the garden in search of a delicious snack. Little did they know, an unexpected adventure awaited them. Hand in hand, Ekpol and Charlyn ventured into the lush greenery. They passed rows of tall corn stalks and colorful pepper plants, their eyes wide with wonder. The garden was full of exciting sights and smells. "Look, Charlyn, tomatoes," Ekpol exclaimed, pointing to bright red tomatoes hanging from a vine. Charlyn carefully picked a few and placed them in her basket. As they ventured deeper, they heard a rustling sound coming from behind a large squash plant. "What was that?" Charlyn whispered, her eyes wide with curiosity. Suddenly, a huge lizard emerged from the leaves. It was bigger than Ekpol had ever seen, with scaly skin and a long, swishing tail. Charlyn gasped and stepped back, but Ekpol stood his ground. He knew he had to be brave for his sister. "Go away," Ekpol shouted, his voice surprisingly loud. He stomped his foot and waved his arms at the lizard. The lizard paused, surprised by Ekpol's bravery. It tilted its head, as if trying to understand the little boy's courage. Ekpol picked up a small pebble and threw it gently towards the lizard. "Leave us alone," he said firmly. The pebble landed near the lizard's tail. It flicked its tail and seemed to consider its options. To Ekpol and Charlyn's surprise, the lizard turned around and slowly walked back into the leaves. It was leaving. "It's gone," Charlyn whispered, her voice filled with relief. She rushed to Ekpol and gave him a big hug. "You were so brave, Ekpol," Charlyn said, squeezing him tightly. "You saved us." Ekpol blushed and giggled. He was proud of himself for being brave, but he was even happier that Charlyn was safe. Together, they continued their adventure in the garden. This time, they held each other's hands even tighter. They found juicy cucumbers, crunchy carrots, and leafy spinach. Their basket was filling up quickly. As they picked vegetables, they saw butterflies fluttering around the flowers and bees buzzing from bloom to bloom. They learned that even though the garden could be a little scary, it was also full of wonderful surprises. Finally, their basket was overflowing with delicious vegetables. It was time to head back home. As they walked back, Ekpol felt like a true hero. He had faced his fear and protected his sister. Back at home, their mother cooked a delicious vegetable stew. It was the best meal they had ever tasted. As they ate, they talked about their adventure in the garden and the brave little boy who faced a big lizard. That night, as Ekpol drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of being a brave knight, protecting his kingdom from all dangers. And he knew in his heart that even the smallest person can be the bravest hero. From that day on, Ekpol and Charlyn continued to explore the garden, always ready for a new adventure, big or small.